right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, David, and thank you for tuning into the best sports show on TV at 10:30 in Pittsburgh, the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. Give us a call tonight, 412-575-2600. Sitting right next to me is Gene Collier. We were both in New York for that wonderful Islanders-Penguins extravaganza. We could talk a little bit about that tonight if you want to call. I also want to talk a little bit about the Pirates, who have suddenly become the best team in the National League, and maybe we'll get into the draft. But, back to the Penguins. We were up there. I think that place is a dump. I don't like Nassau Coliseum at all. Maybe it is intimate for a fan experience, but it was every turn you made, I didn't really like it at all up there, and obviously the Penguins didn't either.
No, it's a very difficult place to work, and the Penguins found it a very difficult place to work, too. They did have a game there where they scored 3 goals, which seems impossible in light of what happened since. And they had 3 goals in the final 3 games. But I just thought the Islanders were terrific, Rich. I don't know what you thought. I just thought they played such great playoff hockey, and true to what they wanted to do. Really frustrated the Penguins. I know I've read what Jim Rutherford's had to say in the wake of all this, and his theories on what might have happened. But I never detected that the Penguins didn't get the effort they wanted, or didn't try hard. I thought they were tried desperately, but the Islanders were better than them. Yeah,
and Jim Rutherford was very candid in yesterday's comments when he was talking about this team. But I would venture to say that the Penguins had the 5 best players on the ice, maybe 6. But they weren't the best team. This team played, the Islanders played like an ultimate team, and I'm anxious to see what they do in the second round. But here's my question to you. That first game, we were in the press box watching it together. If the Penguins score in overtime, I think that might change the whole dynamic of the series, because now the Islanders might say, oh, man, this is the Penguins, might start questioning what they're doing.
Yeah, that's very possible. And, the other part of that same equation, Richie, is that if the Penguins then go on and lose the second game, they don't come home with the kind of desperation that they played with at home. They did look a little bit, tight to me, but that was because they were down 2-0, they were down 3-0. That certainly could have changed things. And but I don't remember the Penguins having. Did the Penguins have a great chance in the overtime? I forget. It was only 4 minutes.
No, actually, the Islanders had a couple good chances in overtime, but. The Penguins
4 minutes and 39 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, and then there was the one that they looked when, I forget who it was, that crashed the net early on in the overtime. But
Kuhnhackl, I believe.
Yeah, it was definitely Kuhnhackl. You're right about that. So I'd like to get into talking more about the Penguins. Also want to talk a little bit about the Pirates. They surprising you a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I thought their pitching would be good. I didn't think it would be, I'm talking about starting pitching, I thought it would be good. I didn't think it would be great. It's been great. And that's why they are where they are, 10-6. They're up 4-0 tonight. I believe that's the best winning percentage in the National League. I'm surprised by them.
Yeah, and Jordan Laus, he dropped his ERA to .53 right now. That's a guy that I think we were all questioning. I know I was the 5th starter position, but 3 starts now.
Yeah, he's been great.
Pretty good.
Yeah, every starting pitcher's been great. Jordan Laus was a candidate to be the 5th starter. You're always going to question somebody like that, no matter who it is.
Yeah, they can improve to 11-6 tonight if they hold on to this lead right now in the 7th inning, winning 4-0. But they also blew a couple games. The bullpen did. So just think if they get the bullpen together, I think this team is looking better. And you also have Polanco coming back and Dickerson coming back. So now we can talk about who's going to be going when those guys come back. So give us a call tonight. 412-575-2600 is the number. Coming back in 2 minutes.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.